The crash with that semi-truck happened so quickly, and almost immediately the calls start. An insurance adjuster wants a recorded statement. The hospital wants to know how you're going to pay for those medical bills. Your boss probably wants to know when you're coming back to work. Meanwhile, you're dealing with pain, medical appointments, missed work, and a claims process that may seem overwhelming and unnecessarily complicated. If you've been hurt in a trucking accident in Wausau or Marathon County, what you do in the first few days can make a huge difference later on. And before you give an insurance company a statement or sign paperwork, you may want to talk with a Wausau Truck Accident Lawyer who understands Wisconsin personal injury claims, Wisconsin auto accident laws, and the important deadlines that can affect your case. Truck cases and crashes are different from ordinary car accidents. There may be trucking companies, multiple insurance companies, federal safety rules, maintenance records, electronic data, dash cam footage, and other evidence that can disappear quickly if nobody acts. I'm Craig Steger. I'm a trucking accident attorney with more than 20 years of experience handling serious injury cases, including trial work against big insurance companies. I'm also a licensed commercial truck driver. Here are 3 things you need to know after a Wausau truck accident. First, you don't necessarily have to give a recorded statement before you speak with a lawyer. An insurance adjuster may try to tell you that this is routine and that it's mandatory. They may say they just want your side of the story. But if you're in pain, you're taking pain medication, maybe you're confused about what happened or still trying to understand the extent of your injuries, a recorded statement can create problems for you later on. At that point, you may not yet know the full extent of your injuries. Your doctors may not even know yet. You may not know what the witnesses saw or whether there was dash cam footage or other surveillance video that caught some or all of what happened. You may not know whether there was a maintenance problem with the trucks involved or whether the driver or trucking company violated any safety rules such as hours of service, weight limits, loading, or other rules and regulations. And you may not have any idea whose insurance company is responsible and which insurance policies apply. So before you give a recorded statement, find out who is asking for it. Find out which insurance company they work for and whether you are actually required to give a statement. And make sure you understand how that statement could affect your claim later on. A truck accident attorney can help you sort that out before you say something that is later taken out of context. Second, if you can do so safely, photograph and document the scene or have someone else do this for you. This is especially important after a trucking accident. If you can safely do it, have someone photograph or video the scene as soon as possible. Now, if you contact a truck accident lawyer right away, we can send someone to the scene immediately when the circumstances call for it. You want to take photographs and videos from different angles, show all the vehicles involved, show the roadway and surrounding areas. You want to photograph the names, numbers, logos, and identifying information on the truck, trailers, cargo. Look for any debris on the roadway, skid marks, scratches, gouge marks, fluid spills, damage to guardrails, signs, or other objects. Anything that may show how the incident happened. If you can, get the names and phone numbers of witnesses and write down what you remember while it is still fresh in your mind. There may be surveillance video from a nearby gas station, bank, other business, or maybe even a home that captured some or all of what happened. But you need to know that that video can be recorded over or deleted if nobody requests it quickly. In a Wausau truck accident claim, video evidence can be the difference between a strong case and an insurance company denying your claim entirely. Third, and this is probably most important, get medical attention and follow your doctor's recommendations. Don't just try to tough it out. If you're hurt, go get checked out. Tell your medical providers what hurts. Now, don't exaggerate your symptoms, but don't minimize them either. If your neck hurts, make sure you tell them that. If it's your back, let them know which parts and what kinds of activities aggravate your pain. If you're having headaches, numbness, weakness, dizziness, or other symptoms, make sure that you tell your doctors. Then try to follow their treatment plan. Go to your appointments. If you're referred to a specialist or offered other imaging or other testing, make sure you follow up with that. If your doctor gives you work restrictions, take them seriously. Delaying treatment can hurt your health, but it can also hurt your case. Insurance companies look for delays in treatment. They love gaps in care and missed medical appointments. They'll look for any reason to argue that you weren't really hurt, or if you were, that you recovered very quickly. Good medical care will protect your health, but it also creates that important documentation needed to prove what the injury did to your life. A serious truck crash in Wausau, Marathon County, or elsewhere in central Wisconsin can involve issues that are not necessarily present in a typical car accident case. You may have a commercial carrier, a truck owner, a separate trailer owner, a shipper or loading company, a broker, multiple insurance companies and policies, electronic logging information, truck maintenance records, driver qualification files, and evidence controlled by people or companies that are already protecting their own interests. This is why hiring the right lawyer early on is so important. Whether someone searches for a truck accident attorney, a Wausau Truck Accident Lawyer, even type something like car accident lawyer into Google, the important question is whether that attorney understands commercial trucking cases and is prepared to investigate the case quickly and properly and then take it to trial if necessary. If you have questions after a truck accident in Wausau or the surrounding area, feel free to call or text the number on the screen at any time. The consultation is free. And if you want to understand what happens next, watch the next video on the screen or pinned below, where I explain the entire process of a Wisconsin personal injury claim from start to finish.